Welcome to Tech Tuesday, a weekly series where we talk about some awesome tech cards as well as help make you a better player. This week's card is Secret Village of the Spellcasters, a pretty old card, but it's a field spell card that has the effect of, if you control a Spellcaster type monster and your opponent does not, your opponent cannot activate spell cards, and if you control no Spellcaster type monsters, you cannot activate spell type cards. Coming back from the 150th YCS 2 weeks ago, this actually became one of my favorite cards to actually be played that weekend by a couple players. And the reason I love this card so much is just the utility it has in absolutely destroying 3/4 of the meta, especially the meta that represented there. Being able to completely shut down your entire opponent's spell lineup just by having a Spellcaster type monster on your board, which I'll get to in a minute, isn't that hard to accomplish for some decks, is absolutely ridiculous. Now, this card was originally thought of as a side deck card for that of Shaddolls against Necros. However, I'm going to prove that theory wrong by saying this card can be played in the main deck for Necros as well as the main deck for Shaddolls, whatever you fancy. And this card is actually proven to be very deadly in the main deck of Necros, like very freaking deadly. So looking at this card alone, it is actually a searchable way to completely shut down the game, with that of Terraforming being able to grab it from the deck, which is awesome. Now moving on to more deck-based attributes, some Spellcaster type monsters and Necros you'll be able to bring out so you can actually utilize this card in the main deck is a card like Necros of Unicorn, something that you will be standardly dropping in the Necros deck at least once per game. Now let's just take a little bit closer of a look into this. Necros of Unicorn plus Secret Village of the Spellcasters is an absolutely ridiculous little lock that happens with just 2 cards. Secret Village of the Spellcasters, it will stop any Necros player from activating any mirror, activating any Raigeki, any basic spell card in their deck. That's what the card does. And Shaddolls stops them from activating their fusions, so they're not able to bring out the bigger stuff, unless they have a Spellcaster type monster in the field. Cliffforts, they're not allowed to activate Scout or Sacrifice, but mainly Scout. They're not activate Scout. They can't get to their main basic setup with this card on the field. Burning Abyss, yeah, you're just gonna have to take the game 1, but I promise this is totally worth it. And let's think about it. If we're playing this card in Necros itself, Necros of Unicorn will stop any extra deck monster effects. So if you happen to be playing Shaddolls and your opponent decides to drop something, wasting their normal summon, by the way, they want to be utilizing their normal summon, ideally on sticks and chairs, or, you know, something like Denko Sekka, but they can't, because they need to control Spellcaster to make anything big. So what your opponent will do is they'll normal summon a dragon, normal summon a Falco, waste their normal summon, then they'll activate their fusion to bring something big out. However, you know, you control that Necros of Unicorn. So if they decide to drop a construct or something, they're not getting that construct effect. No. And, you know, also, if you decide to actually be smart and add Valkyris off of the Herald of Perfection, you're just going to be like, wait, you trying to do something? Huh? So unless your opponent pretty much has the MST set before you activate this thing, they're not getting around this card. In Shaddolls, while I do not think it is nearly as powerful as it is in Necros, it still has the utility of being able to have a Winda on board as well as this card. And now your opponent's limited on special summons, and they can't activate spell cards. What are they going to do? And Shaddolls, not particularly having a great matchup against Necros and Cliffforts, this card does give you the upper hand in both of those matchups. And it's a damn good upper hand at that. I mentioned this card was searchable by Terraforming, right? So while I may not be the tech card expert like Alex Cimoooooooo himself, I do think I have a pretty good card that I was happy to share with you guys, and it's something that I think is actually really decent to try out. I'm telling you, not allowing your opponent to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just fun for you. It's not fun for them, but hey, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! So as you guys may have realized already, hopefully, I'm not Alex Cimoooooooo. I gave him my shot to be as energetic as he was, but yeah, you know, I tried. My name's actually Gage. I run Nyhmnim. That's my alias, if you want to call it an alias. Cool. Alex is really backed up with work. He's working 10-hour shifts each day, and he really needed someone to fill in for Tech Tuesday, and he hit me up. He's like, yo, Gage, do a Tech Tuesday, and I'm like, I got you, fam. So here we are. That's how we ended up here. If you guys liked the video, be sure to like the video, thumbs up the video, however you want to express that you enjoyed the video. And if you want to go see more content from me, you can actually go check out my channel, which I believe Alex will be so gracious to link down below in the description. I do stuff kind of like this. I don't do Tech Tuesdays, but I do discussions on different cards, normally ones that are newer, released in the OCG or TCG exclusives, whatever I feel like, really. So if you guys like that kind of stuff, you know, be sure to go check me out in the doobly-doo below, and hopefully I'll see you guys over there. But if you guys like the video, absolutely be sure to like it, and also give it a like just because to thank Cimo for allowing me to be on here today. And, you know, hopefully I'll see you over my channel, but if not, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm sure you'll see Alex next week. So, yeah. As always, Nyhmnim, signing out.